Hey, how you doing? Hot damn, has it been a decent chunk of time. Nearly 2 months since I've done an actual solo Let's Play. Oh God, Let's Play. Ugh. I don't know where that. I don't know where that came from. That one just crawled its way out of the back of my heart. Ugh. I think I gotta go to the doctor at that one. Oh geez, there's this burning sensation in my soul. It's been a long time since we've done a solo stream. There you go. That hasn't been tethered to computer problems, one-off, like, stream bullshit bits no one cares about, or Ninja's bullshit Pokemon fuckery. Hello, Dank. How are you doing? Welcome to Don't Be a Dickhead. That's standard shit. That also extends to Mython and to myself, frankly. That's an everybody thing. Welcome to Skies of Arcadia Legends, I guess, technically. Literally just, fuck you, intro, I'm not here for you. You know what, we'll let that play. We'll give you some eye candy to go with it. This is the GameCube re-release of the damn game that no one gives a shit about, this except for me and everyone who does give a shit about this game, so you know, like 3 people. But this is the GameCube re-release, because this was originally on the Dreamcast, the one system, again, everyone cared about. And this is one of my all-time favorite RPGs, and is a good boy. It is a story around sky pirates. Yeah, Ninja's one of the 3 people who likes it. That's part of the reason I'm doing this. He's just like, hey, I would have probably done something else first, but I know Ninja would have skinned me alive and ate my flesh for sustenance had I not immediately streamed this game. And so here I am. The moment I had a chance, I had to do it. My life was in danger if I did not stream this game right now. The moment I got a free low chance. But there's something a little bit of fancy we gotta do for Air Pirate Land over here. You see, when I was looking up stuff about this game, just all willy-nilly browsing the wiki, because fuck it, it's been like 5 years since I've last played this game, and I really played this game when I was a kid, and was an idiot. I never actually knew there was an in-game... Who dares if... Weevil? Why are you giving... That doesn't fit right. What did I do? Why does this not fit? I wish you could do that again, because I can't make that notification box fit properly. It's a son of a bitch, that's another thing I gotta fix. Hey. Okay, well, yeah, fucking thanks, Weevil. Really appreciate the vote of confidence. Anyway, this is one of the few games I've ever seen that has, like, this is literally one of the games you would never think to 100%, because you're not an animal. You need to be physically fused. Like some Mangala, like, human centipede monstrosity to a walkthrough, because almost every chest in this game is missable, and you need to get all of them. See, that's the thing that's weird about this game. I never knew there was a reward for getting the ultimate title in the game, which I didn't even know existed! It's the Legend title, and you need to do six or 7 things. You need to get every single discovery, you need to get every single treasure chest. That's the problem. You need to get every single optional boss, the bounties. You need to do a certain side quest, not gonna spoil. You need to get every single party member, and you need to defeat the 4 monsters. Not even gonna further enunciate on what that means. But, literally, that's more of a warning than a statement of what this playthrough's gonna be, is I'll have to randomly stop and scan this fucker to see if I'm missing something. So we are both going to learn something fun today, and why this is one of the most ravenous cult classics I've ever seen for just how much Capcom has Sega has fucked this game series in the ass. Vice, the main character of this game, has gotten more game time and more games in spin-offs as a cameo than he has in his own series. There's only been one of these, despite the fact that everyone keeps asking. Yeah, there's only 4 monsters. They're in air quotes. Here, they're the monsters, and I'm not going to further enunciate on what that means. That's the surprise. Anyway, are the audio levels... I probably should... I probably should have done this first. Are the audio levels fine? Is the game fine? Am I too loud? Should I shut up? Yes. Besides that, does everything sound right? I'll let this play for a bit because I've been talking for a while. I did just machine gun out lore. Now then speaking of lore of the background of the stream, here's the in-game lore. You can read it. That's the reason I'm not just mashing the A button. Gives people a chance, you know. Some people care. I do wish I could speed the text up a little bit though. Game could be a little bit louder. Okay, just a touch. Thank you. That's the kind of fine optimization I need because I can't hear the game at all. Because if I did, it would bleed into my mic, and oh god, this is not 2004. I do not need the unregistered hypercam that records my audio through my microphone. We're not at that day. I don't need to point a camcorder at my TV. Not that day and age. We're not animals. Also, say hello to the first GameCube game I've been able to stream. Ain't that nice? From this nice fucking Elgato I have on the floor because Ninja is a sex machine and just gave it to me. And by gave, I mean spent $100 of my money. We have a weird relationship. I was wanting to get this bastard of a playthrough, like, out 2 months ago. But god, this is taking so fucking long to set up. And Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, we did that playthrough. That was a fucking dumpster fire, because I couldn't even stream the damn thing. Lollifant's here. Hello, Lollifant. Thank god my 2 regulars are here. Finally, we're back to the normal status quo. Ninja's not here, we're not doing stupid bullshit. We're back to normal times. It feels good to be back. It's literally just Lollifant, Weevil, and Mython drops by occasionally, and then he leaves. I mean, he's still there, but you know what I mean. Welcome to Skies of Arcadia. Also, this world, just to, like, bleed into the game, this world is a nightmare world that I would never want to live in, because this is literally, look at the game, like, on the screen. You can see we are pirates, and we are invading an Imperial, like, official army ship. We are invading, we're stealing from them. We're raiding these bastards. But if you'll notice, these ships are not, you know, in water. They're flying. And there's no ground notably visible beneath us. It's just cloud. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. Balloon Empire, yeah, we're being a dickhead and we're robbing people for battle. It's go time fucking A. Yeah, that wiping screen's gonna. Welcome to the battle. You think this is a game? Look, I can change the color of my sword. Look at all these fucking new mechanics. You don't even know what they do. I'm not gonna tell you. What, you think I'm gonna baby you through this? I'll explain it later. I mean, it does seem pretty efficient. Like, what year is this game from? GameCube. Earlier than that, this was a Dreamcast game. Does that answer? Yeah, I love this game. Lollifant, you kind of missed the long exposition dump I gave for, 7 minutes. Check out the VOD if you want to hear a bunch of stupid bullshit. Effectively, I'm going to be attached at the hip, literally, like, physically fused. We are now the same being to a walkthrough, so I can try to 100% this game for the first time ever, because there is actual unlockables in this game. Dude, Lollifant, you're speaking right to my soul right now, my man. By the way, completely unrelated to what, like, yeah, this game's got a bump in OST, if that's what you meant by tunes. This game fucking slaps. But, completely unrelated, you guess what? Guess what's at 90% done and has been shitposting, like, all over the damn place? Fucking Epic Battle Fantasy has a release date. It has an open beta. You can play it now. Oh my god, it's coming, boys. Just completely unrelated to the game we're playing. Let's talk about other stuff. The release date is like late December, early January. I don't remember specifically. I think it was very early January next year. It seriously is going to have a month of beta testing. You could go on Steam right now, opt into the beta, play the new content right fucking now. But I'm not going to. I want to wait final bit of polish so I can actually stream the damn things. That way things aren't subject to change and yada yada yada. Anyway, welcome to the fucking... Look at this! This looks like a fucking N64 game! I'm getting, like, Mega Man Legends, like, flashbacks from this bastard. And this game looks like a sex machine. I would fuck this game. This is my graphic style. This is why I've never been a graphic snob. This game looks amazing to me. Pure nostalgic pandering. That is to be expected. Why do we give a shit about graphics nowadays? Just make, like, fucking every game look like this, and then you'll have infinite more RAM for better, like, game bits. Also, yeah, lore. We're on our dad's ship, Vice over here, and his childhood friend Ica. We're on dad's ship, Dyne, and we're currently raiding an Imperial vessel, and that's the captain over there. We just kind of just screamed his fucking mouth, just right in his mouth, and we're also killing millions of innocents. Well, that's the game plan. That's what we do. So, just because I gotta keep running my mouth to get all the introductory, like, explanatory lore things, because, let me tell you right now, I can't really go into the detail of the gameplay or any of that stuff until we get, you know, this is the introduction area. We're literally just shotgun blast into this situation. We start the game at the start of us raiding this ship. That's how this game starts. It doesn't explain it, so I'm not going to, at least not yet. But, you want to know one of the worst things about this? To 100% this game, you have to get every single treasure chest in the game. If you miss one, you can't get it. And I was starting to do a casual playthrough on my own, and I thought to myself, oh, I should probably go back to this section of the game, this ship, because, you know, once we're done here, this is the tutorial, you never come back to this ship. This treasure chest over here, I never knew about. In all of my years playing, I've never found this one. And it's not even anything special. Those are like the weak potions. I got 2 Sacri crystals. They're garbage. And if I had played through the rest of the game missing that one treasure chest, I would have been just fucked. Just right into the hiney is the level of perfectionism this game demands.
Here goes.
Normal JRPGs don't really reward you for getting every single treasure chest in the entire game, unless it's some nebulous, like, oh, you got like a title or like an E achievement, you got a trophy on the PSN network. No, there are actual bosses and encounters you can only fight if you 100% the game. I only learned about that like 2 months ago when I was originally intending to stream this fucking game. I never knew about this shit. There's a fucking Alfonso, he's a prissy boy. He literally just said, if you want my ship, you can fine, you can take my ship, I can just get another one. It's clear like royalty, some shit, I don't know, man. It don't matter. None of this matters. There's $50. There you go, there's your gameplay. Any other lore I can just exposit at people? This is actually one of the minor mechanics. It's super minor. So we can see our 2 characters. Our main character, Vice over here, has 2 swords, but the one that is pointing at the screen right now, not how you're supposed to hold that at all. That's just objectively wrong. And we have Ica, whose weapon of choice is a boomerang. So we have 2 very inefficient teammates. But the reason I bring that up is our weapon of choice is a sword, at least kind of, and a boomerang. And that's such a minor thing in this game, because you can see this is almost like half-active battle. You know, people are running around, things are happening. Like, you'll even see animations of people attacking each other in the background when it's not, like, their turn to attack. And it's all really just to give the battle more... Like, look in the background right there. You can see that soldier is moving, like, I mean, it's a really minor example, but they do minor animations like that, and it's just to make the battle feel more alive. People move around, they reposition, the flow of the battle changes in a general area, but that actually factors into minor bits of gameplay. Now, I don't know if this is explicitly the system, or I've just been so unlucky and it's random damage variation, but I think it's with Vice, he has a melee weapon, and Aika has a ranged weapon. If you have Aika attack someone close to her, she has to just, like, swat with the boomerang, and Vice has to do, like, this energy wave, shockwave attack to hit faraway enemies, and they do less damage depending on where the enemy is positioned next to them. Like, you see, Aika did that swat attack. I think that does less damage. See, Vice is a miss. Oh, God, missing. Oh, it begins. Oh, it's one of these games. And then we have counterattacks, too, which is always cool. This motherfucker used an item. That's how you know it's legit. This dude tried to heal his teammate, but he didn't get a turn in time, so he just queued up that Sacri Crystal and died. A legend. That also shows you the level of numbers we're gonna get to. Max HP, like we're doing like 50 damage. We have like, how much HP? How do I pause? Okay, no, it's X. The pause button goes full screen, and the Y button turns off the map. Yeah, the lowest healing item in the game is 500 HP. It's kind of nutty. But anyway, let me go double check on the walkthrough to see if I got everything. Sacri Crystal 1, Sacri Crystal 2, 50 gold, and magic droplets. That is all of them, I think. God. This is going to be tedious, potentially. Welcome to all of my beta save points that definitely weren't meant to avoid spoilers. Because this game doesn't have a optimal save, like, management. Like, in all games that have these save systems, you typically expect to see, like, the copy save button. Like, oh, you move this save to another slot. Oh, delete this save. Stuff like that. Copy, paste, load, delete, all that kind of shit. This game doesn't have that. So to move my saves around, I had to load a save. Get on the ladder, Vice. You're fighting me here. I had to load a save, go into that save, hit the save button, save over another slot, reset the game, go back to the title screen, load a different save, and then in that save, go to another save point, and then save over the initial file. The most convoluted method, because my last save file is in the final area of the game, and people don't want to see the name of that, as well as my party members at that point. So that was a little bit tedious. Oh shit. Here's a fun one. Disposing of a traitor. Here's a bit of lore. Cannot tell the Empress that I lost my ship to the air pirates in a fair fight. I'm gonna need a scapegoat, and you'll do quite nicely. To keep my glorious reputation from being tarnished, you must be sacrificed. Oh, you can't do this. And remember how there's no ground down there? Oh, there he goes. Oh, God. And now we know the kind of person we're fighting right now. Even in death, they'll serve me well. I can't wait to tell the Empress. Vice Captain betrayed us, now the 8 pirates on board. I could do naught but dispose of the traitor myself. This is how Balloon treats its people. Oh yeah, that was the lady from the intro. They shot her down, the lady on the ground. Well, yeah, well, okay, well, not necessarily that there's no ground beneath them, it's that we haven't seen it. So, like, all we've seen beneath us is a cloud layer. There's just clouds beneath us. So, there probably is ground down there. We just can't see it from where we are. That man is falling at that man is parachuting without a parachute. He's skydiving, freeform style. Can you kill an unarmed man in cold blood? Look at this smarmy dickhead expression this man has. One of his initial expressions is smarmy dickhead. Great character. And now we have this fucker. His name is Antonio. Can I ask you guys, what creature is this? Like, what species of animal is this? Just what do you guys think this would be? What species is Antonio? Yeah, let me look at their fucking... there you go, here's Antonio. Oh, listen to the music during this fight, and tell me if you hear anything fun. That'll be revealed later. So anyway, I guess I can go over the actual basic combat mechanics. Attack hits things. Guard stops things from hitting you. Item is item. Run is run. You don't need to explain. Special moves, which explain that meter at the top, and magic, and focus. These are the three funky ones. So you can see on the top left that we have 3 MP. Because in this game, all magic costs 1 MP. No matter how powerful it is, I think, they cost 1 MP. But you can see Pyre right there has a 2 on the right of it, like that's fire magic. This costs 1 MP, but it also requires 2 of the focus meter on the top of the board, which is the universal fuel the entire party has to work off. Those 2 bars of fuel, both me and Aika have to work off of. So magic is a very important resource, but you can only use it 1, depending on your MP, and 2, depending on your spirit gauge. Same with special moves, which don't consume SP, but typically consume even more of the spirit gauge. We can either... and then, you know, it generates a tiny, tiny amount, like, in actual fights, like by attacking, as we will soon see. But... oh, here we go. But it also gives us access, and we can use the focus command. Also, there's the music again. That lets you raise the meter. Same shit as always. And if you've played a game like Phantom Brave or some such, the position of your teammates also factors into certain things like this. It factors into what enemies get hit. That attack right there, Thunder of Judgment, is just a big cone line damage in front of Antonio. Meaning if both of my teammates are lined up, it'll hit both of them. Fuck you, man. What do you mean, cheater? Where's the cheat? Where am I cheating, huh? Where are the cheats? Can you isolate the splice? Can you clip it for me?
Give me strength.
oh, he's a cheater. Oh. Now I'm getting all defensive for no reason. The minor music thing I wanted to bring up is the music is changing depending on whether you're neutral, losing, or winning the fight. It's pretty neat. It'll change just at the drop of a hat, depending on your HP values. Listen carefully. Once he uses Thunder of Judgment, I'll shut up so you can hear. Because it always triggers off of that. Aaron fucking teed almost.
Here goes.
Thunder of Fury. Oh yeah, sorry. It didn't change. It was bullshit. Oh shit, I wanted to show off a special move. Oh, now we're hearing the winning music. Yeah, you'd think this thing would have like a ram attack. No, it only shoots lightning. That's what it does. It shoots lightning. That's its attack of choice. What are you, stupid? You think this horned beast would use a ram attack? No. Look at his anime. There you go. There it is. Yeah, he just shoots lightning. Character design is a yeah, that's your basic attack. That's just Omni Slash. You can see even enemies have that same mechanic where they'll have a melee range basic attack and a long range basic attack. He, like, headbutt rams Vice with the spike on his head, but he'll shoot lightning at Aika because, you know, range. And you can even see, your teammates have defaulted to their most beneficial ranges. Aika's in the back, Vice is up front. because it also gives Vice a chance to counterattack because he's in melee range. But also gives Antonio a chance to counterattack because he's in melee range. Okay, let's try Pyre. Let's see how that works. We've already seen Sakri, which is the basic healing spell.
Moves, give me strength.
Moves, give me strength. Lollifan, I literally just explained that they move in battle. That's the whole thing. This thing is like they move around in battle. Typically, depending on if there's multiple enemies. They don't move much in boss fights, unless there are some attacks that move allies. It's very rare and almost entirely unusable, like you can't abuse them. Effectively, the whole mechanic is just a background thing. You can't interact with it at all. Like, I can't move my characters. They just move where they want to. It's a very minor thing, but it makes the battle feel alive, because in an actual battle, you kind of just move where you happen to move. Valuan Empire, Blue Rogue, Vice of the Blue Rogues, and now he knows our name. Great, good. Fantastic. How is that fucking thing flying? There it goes. What a dickhead. Now we have the ship. It's ours now. Oh shit, lore. Fina. You replace Rami, the Moon Elder. However, watch yourself. Do not allow trust. Elder. You think they'd be used to it, Lollifan? I mean, there probably is a shitload of wind, but you do realize they're pirates. Do you not? Oh, you weren't here to see Vice enter the battlefield. He jumped from, like, the crow's nest? The thing on the pirate ship, you know, you see people with the telescopes. It's high above it on the mast. He jumped from there all the way down to the other ship. Like, all the damn way, which was clearly, like, almost a full story drop. And he just, yeah, crow's nest, that was right. Thank you, I'm sorry, I'm slow sometimes. The Mad Lad. He also didn't just immediately break his fucking legs. Mad Lad. Hey, guess what? Decisions matter in this game, so you guys get to make them. They don't matter much, but they will affect whether or not I can get the real ending. Guess what, boys? You get to make decisions! They don't really affect the story directly, but they're just dialogue options that... I'll do, like, a tutorial one. So, like, she said, my name is Fina. That's a great name. That's a strange name, or so. Where are you from, exactly? The whole point of this is the decisions we're trying to make are trying to be made from the perspective of, like, a pirate captain. We're not some shonen anime protagonist who's like a super Mega Man hero, and we're also not a dickhead. So in this one, this is a tutorial one. I'm not asking you guys for your opinion. Listen to the sound that plays. That shing sound effect means you picked the right decision. It doesn't affect dialogue very much, but we need to hear that sound effect as much as possible. I think the game is still 100%able without getting, like, any of the dialogue options right. Just, it makes it a pain in the ass, I think. I really don't know. It's not like I've done research in, like, thorough capacity. This bitch doesn't even know what an air pirate is. Oh, so this is the standard narrative thing of, oh, this character doesn't know anything about the world. Fina over here. So she is going to be the mouthpiece of, what is this world? Basically, air pilots are sailors that attack other ships and steal their cargo. Attack? We're blue rogues. Air pirates are divided into two factions. Blue rogues and black pirates. Black pirates will attack anything in the sky, especially merchant vessels and unarmed ships. However, blue rogues only take cargo from armed ships, especially the Imperial Armada. We rob from the rich and keep the gold, but we use the gold to save people that need our help. So, literally, it's Robin Hood and assholes are the two, like, pirate factions. That's why we helped you. We're not trying to kidnap you or anything. Just relax. So this is very clearly the, yeah, we are good guys. We're still pirates, though. So technically, we are breaking the law, because, you know, we're attacking the Empire. But, you know, Alfonso is a commander in the Empire, so probably dickheads. Probably. But there was a lot of innocent people we did just kill. I mean, they were like guards and soldier dudes. They're all fucking dead, dude. So anyway, let me check this walkthrough real fast. So this is going to be a... Oh, we're gonna get a discovery tutorial, alright. That is the absolute favorite thing about this game and why I loved it as a kid. The sheer amount of We're not going to get to experience that fully because I have a walkthrough because I want to 100% it, but... Hello, Dine. Hello, Daddy-O. Time for the ship routine. Swab the decks. Better be clean. Oh. It's not Dad. It's Captain. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Look at this fucking ship, by the way. Also, there's the logo of the fucking game, because that's that pirate with the two sword crossbones. That's like the logo of the game, but that's not our logo. That's our dad's logo. This is his ship. We're not even our own pirate. We just help him. Pirate Island is their secret base. Because pirates naturally need to be kind of sneaky, or otherwise, you know, people be like, hey, there's fucking pirates here, and they typically have bounties. Why don't we just go to this island and murder? You see, they typically like to have, like, a secret base that people don't know where they are. Where do you think they're, Pirate Island? That's a real good name for a secret base. Hey, guess what? I have control now. Look at this game. You see water on the left? Oh no, that's not water. That's smoke. Mist. It's an air current. And guess what we can't do? Go through it. Our ship sucks and can't go through those. Look at this world. Like, this is the... By the way, look down here. We can't go down here either. Another air current down there, but it's just black mist down there. It's not even ground. Those are clouds. You can see it's like it has those wisps of white. We can't get down there, and there's still no land down there. This place is a nightmare world. It's really real wonderful, and you know, it's got all that like Disney feel-good, like, oh, wonder and adventure. But also, you can fall to your death at all times, because this whole fucking game is in the goddamn air. All of it. It's the game. It's the point of it. It's fucking air.
Here goes.
It's like, god damn it. Also, say hello to loopers. They're the... Oh, there it goes. Actually, so much worse. Don't spoil nothing. But yeah. This is a nightmare. This is a fucking nightmare world, my son. See, this is the kind of game where most people don't know a whole lot about the world. Is it oh, it's teleported down there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, with how much Ninja talks about this game, I would not exactly be surprised if you knew everything about it. Anyway, we have our standard Mook, like, archetypes. Shellman over here has unbelievably good physical defense. Also, that purple name means he's defending for that turn. Unbelievably good physical defense, but is weak to magic. The Looper was this enemy likes to run away and has an absolutely abhorrent amount of evasion. They're real fun to fight. It's also one of those RPGs that evasion and missing is really common. You will seriously miss like 1 in every 3, 1 in every 4 attacks. It's kind of ridiculous.
Fun.
Do you get the XP? Nope, you don't get anything if they run away. You don't get jack shit. But anyway, so like I said, this game is all about exploration, and really this is effectively at the high point of the world, where people are finally getting access and powerful enough abilities to be able to explore the world, but we're just early on enough to where most people have not seen the world. That's the magic of this game. Most of this world and this universe is unexplored. At least for, I mean, there are still places to be, but typically you can see because these big-ass wind steam walls make it so you can't pass through them. These are natural in-universe barriers that separate societies from one another. We are hardline locked in this area. So most of this world is at least unexplored to one another. And that's the magic, because I don't know if you've noticed, but in the bottom right, the compass is kind of going ape shit. If we hit A, you have found the Pirate's Grave. It is the first discovery of the game. The Pirate's Grave appears to be... It appears that someone has scribbled onto the stone, "Here lies an unknown blue rogue." The actual name has been worn down by the wind, but the first letter, D, can still be made out. Nobody remembers who rests here. Sales Guild more happy to pay for you for making this discovery. Paying for discovery. Much of this world is uncharted and shrouded in legend. Ruins, strange creatures, all sorts of things are waiting to be discovered. Any major port city, yada yada yada, Monkey D. Luffy. When you're flying through the skies and your compass starts spinning rapidly, it means there's a discovery nearby. This was always one of my favorite things to do in the game, was to just ram my face into walls, mashing the A button. There might be a discovery here, we don't know. Also, there's fish. We have C-grade fish. And they fly. Because fish. In the sky. Do you have any questions? It's not actually a joke as much as I'm thinking of it, because unironically, I don't know what else I should go into detail about. I kind of want to just get the story out there, because this game is a neat story. I mean, we're going to be playing the game, so a lot of it's going to be explained, but like the basics, like combat mechanics, I'll go into a bit more detail once we have more access to them. Like, why is our sword a solid chunk of red, but we can change it to green? Surprise mechanic that we'll learn about a little bit later. See, I can do it with hers too. But we need them to be red and green for now. They need to be different colors. I'll just say for right now, those are elements. And so red is fire, green is earth, nature shit. And enemies have certain resistances. So you can equip your sword with a certain element. And that will make you do that element on attacks. Meaning you can do more or less damage depending on what your current element is. Give me the fucking fish. Christmas. Yeah, like little things like this, I would always remember just like, okay, come over here and just mash the A button. Nope, nothing there. Here's the boy right here. What's this all of? Oh, we exploded. But, God, there's just so much to explain in so little time. Another thing I can run my fucking mouth about is there's a very good reason you probably should not play the original version. This is Skies of Arcadia Legends. There's two main reasons. One, the Dreamcast, okay, is a dead-ass system, obviously, but if you had a Dreamcast, I guess, and could get the original, you probably wouldn't want to play it because Dreamcast was a very interesting system, and it actually had DLC, weirdly enough. You could actually download bits of content for certain games, including this one. However, they're not really available anymore. And so lots and certain chunks of content in the original is just gone. Which, this is Clan Beta Who, how about you guys? Okay. When this game was ported over to the GameCube, they didn't have any way of doing DLC. Also, look at them graphics. So they just baked that onto the disc. All of the DLC content is in this game, which it really wasn't much, but, you know. And the other reason is the Dreamcast version had just a fucked encounter rate. Like, absolutely astronomically way too high. Like, this is Pokemon, and there is a Zubat every, like, 4 seconds to 7 seconds of walking. It was abhorrent encounter rate. But luckily this version fixed that. So play this version, because it's better. Hey, wanna see something fun? We're not gonna see the fun thing for a while. But it's gonna be, we gotta wait for Fina to look around like a weirdo.
Hey.
Hello. I should probably let the dialogue now. My natural instinct is to hit the A button to speed up the dialogue, but I should probably let it just go so people have a chance to read it. I don't want to read everything out because this is a long game. This is a JRPG, man. We got some fucking meat to get into, you know, so I want to let it go. But I also don't want to just mash through and skip it because there's little bits of lore and characterization that I would just be skipping. But I also know some people don't care, so there's really this is the best happy medium I can come up with. Where I won't be fully voice acting it, but it'll be there for anyone who really cares. You can skip it while I'm running my fucking mouth. Also, holy shit! Yeah, that's a secret base. That'll do it. How do you think they got this one set up? They got flying ships. This is really so unbelievable. Yes, because that's so cool. Look at it. God damn. Oh, that's so fucking cool. God, I wish this game got a sequel. How the flying landmasses work? They fly. That's just how this world works. And then it sinks into the wall, too. So you'd have to almost, like, know the seam is there. That's a good-ass hiding spot. Anyway, we're at we found the first discovery the walkthrough's telling us about. There are 5 treasure chests to find on this island. Yeah. Just remember, we gotta count out 5, boys. If I don't have 5, we don't get the real ending. Or the super mega ending. We gotta actively keep tabs on how many treasure chests I'm finding, because if we aren't 100% certain... Okay, yeah, okay, fuck you, Weevil. That's not what I meant. Shut up. Also, good perspective on how big that ship is. Also, this is one of the only games I can think of where we aren't just like some shitty fucking like 13-year-old. I don't know their actual ages, but Vice seems like he's like 18, 19. They even said they have a tavern. These dudes seem like they're like in their like late teens, maybe even in their fucking 20s almost. Maybe that's too far, but there's no goddamn way this fuckers are like 13. Look at this son of a bitch. He's like 17, 18. He's at the prime age to fucking murder people. With a sword, because that's this game. It's a magical time. Here's a save point. There you go. It's been done. So now we gotta find the treasure chests. And we also gotta go talk to Diane, who's a damn dickhead. think I already know where all the treasure chests are, but let's just explore a bit. We got just a shitload of just random cubby holes that are just neat. Like, look at this. This place is rather homely for being just a cave and just a slab of rock carved away. Graphics. But I like it. That's another thing that's really minor. Most of these characters we just kind of never see again. Timus the Gunner, I don't know who the fuck this is. He's not important. Patch the Deckhand, I don't know who the fuck this is. This dude's not important. But they're named characters. They're part of Dad's crew, but we're not exactly on Dad's crew for most of the game. Spoilers. It's almost as if we're gonna get to do our own thing. It's almost as if that's the point. This is our tavern. More lore. What is Loqua? Loquat berries and moonstones. It's just juice, though. Oh, yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely not censored alcohol. 100%. Don't listen to the naysayers. Most of these rooms don't do jack shit from there. I think I know where the 5 treasure chests are. Moonstones? Oh no, you're dead ass wrong. Moonstones are literally fucking rocks. Literally magic rocks that fall from the moons. They're the moonstones. Because they come from the moons. Does that it's really in the name, dude. I'm not gonna explain what that means. Oh no, that's not what I'm here for. That'll be a fun surprise. It'll be explained really shortly. That is the biggest plot point of this fucking game. Here's a shop. Say goodbye to the shop. We're not here for that right now. We don't really kind of don't need it. Like, I kind of forgot that was there, to be entirely honest. You really don't need it. Rather save my money. Stones usually aren't used in drinks. Stones are also usually not found in your bladder, but guess what? That happens sometime, and oh shit, I'm pissing blood. Oopsie daisy. That's not normal. Haven't you heard of bubble tea? It's gravel gin. Come on, man. This is daddy time. Lore. He always says you're a little late. There's actually a much faster route I could have taken, and he still would have been a sack of shit and called me late. This motherfucker really expected me to instant transmission my way up like 3 stories of stone. There is like a fireman's pole you can climb because Vice is really athletic and he can climb just a straight pole that gets you up there faster. But goddamn. What do we do? He's asking, what country are you from and why are you sailing alone to Fina? We don't know either, by the way. We don't know anything about this chick. Oh, God, I'm sitting back and fucking dig out the coin. No, nope, the decision has been made, Lawfant. I don't have my quartering. I forgot I spent the quarter. The coin is gone. Luckily, you made a decision, so I don't have to flip the coin. Thought 2 was listening to your dad at first. No. Yeah. Sequity and listen, that is exactly it. I have dimes, but they're not as good as the fucking coin. That was the correct decision. Because he would have just gotten mad at us like he did with Ica. Because, like, right there, like, you'd be like, oh, man, I gotta defend her. No, that's not what we're doing. We're being smart.
Huh?
See, right there. If she's a danger, I can't let her live.
Uh-uh.
See, this is why we're the good rogues. Like, he's a hard ass, like right there. Like, he just said to her face, hey, if you're a danger, I will have to kill you. But then he was also lenient in her sentencing when she didn't give a solid answer, but she was just being genuine, saying, hey, I can't tell you. He's just like, okay, alright. He's a hard ass, but he's got a heart of gold. Yeah, well, though we're air pirates, we have a strong sense of honor. Character development. That's not really development, we're just learning about the
Thank you
character.
so
That's character
much.
information at this point.
Yay!
Way to go, Dad. We did it. Good job, boys. Oh, hey, here's a secret. Guess what? Yeah, there's a fucking treasure chest down here. It would have been a fun time if you missed this, wouldn't it? This is one of those games that to learn shit like this, you need to talk to every single random NPC in the game, and guess what? I'm not going to do. Also, this is a cutscene, and I fucked up. God damn it. Walk down the ladder. Ladders are difficult sometimes, and I don't know why. They're the hardest part of this game. Yeah, that's the second time the ladder has fucked me over. Like, I couldn't get on the person in the airship. I can't get on that one. Cutscene. The camera's just shitty here. Got $150. It's our dad's private saving. It's just ours now. You know, we should probably ask Vice. No? Okay, if you insist. Oh, I don't know. I don't think Dad's gonna be too happy about that one. Oopsie daisy. By the way, I'm also going to give you guys a complete decision on who we level up, which that'll be a fun thing to explain in a second, and what our party's going to be. Because you have 3 main party members, and it'll of course change throughout the game, but you really have one big open slot that you get to decide who our last party member is. Don't worry. Well, that's way later though. This game has very few party members. Of course, this game only has 22. So anyway. Pop quiz, how many chests have I gotten? You guys weren't paying attention. Guess what? Here's another secret. You wouldn't think to have investigated that. And now we're back in here. The only way you would have known about this is if you saw it from all the way over there. If you looked across, you could have seen this little ledge. And it's a moonberry. These are very important. We got one from beating Alfonso, the first boss, and the second one is hidden in the super mega secret cave. Now, my denizens in the chat, let's learn it. No, that's the wrong button. That's X still. Vice the Unimpressive is our title. That's what those dialogue options change. Those change our title throughout the game. The higher it is, like, the main thing that why I'm bringing up why dialogue options are important is there's one party member that you can only recruit if you have a high enough title. And the only way to really aggressively increase it is to do proper dialogue options. And it decreases every time you run away, so we have to do every fight and hopefully get dialogue options right. There is a backup strat, but it's a little bit more further out, and, you know, we have to wait on that party member. But, and on another note, you see we got Cutlass Fury. Do we want to learn a new move on Vice, or do we want to learn a new move on Ica? They consume moonberries. And, as it says right there, berries needed 1. The amount required will increase throughout the game. But, let's see what we have here. Okay, don't make a decision yet. Vice takes a defensive stance, countering all enemy physical attacks for a full turn, which costs 1 of the focus meter, or special meter, or whatever it's called. And Ica spins her boomerang, summoning a vortex of flames to strike all enemies in a line. Okay, fuck you, Lolifan, I don't... You want another one. Counter all physical attack, or create an anti-magic shell around all allies for 1 turn, blocks allies' magic 2. So this makes you immune to magic for a turn, but it also blocks healing magic. Lawfaint, you haven't answered. We have another decision. And remember, we can't learn the next move until we learn the prerequisite. It is totally viable to just learn the next move you have available, and it's also completely viable to power through one character's entire list. Like, we had to learn Ica's number 1 before we got to number 2, then have to learn number 3, then number 4, then finally number 5. But there's a limited number of moonberries you can get in the game. You can learn every move, but when you learn them is also important. Alright, let's flip that coin. Oh, that's such a tiny bastard. Heads for Vice, tails for Ica. That's tails. Ica is getting all the important shit. Delta Shield. Alpha Shield, Alpha Storm, and Delta Shield. Guess what? Delta Shield's really fucking nutty in this game, and I'm probably not going to abuse it because I'm immune to magic. Any magic in the game is really, really good. You're immune to healing, like allies healing, but you're not immune to items. Guess what? This is Ica's house, and guess what? This is not what I'm supposed to be doing right now. There's something underneath. Oh. Uh-oh. Oops. I was looking under this handkerchief. I didn't know. To be fair, completely valid. Look at this fucking thing. I swear. How can you expect me not to notice this hole if she has this brightly colored handkerchief covering it? Pop quiz, how many chests have we gotten on this island? Don't think I forgot that question from last time. How many chests have we gotten? We gotta get them all? You guys, if you guys aren't keeping tabs, we're never gonna want to touch this game. 7. No, on this island, not total. See, Lolvent, you're failing the team right now. Answer. We've gotten 2. We got Dine's secret mega stash, and we got the Moonberry, and we need a total of 5. Yeah, that's what I would think there, Lolvent, but no, that's wrong. Now we gotta go find 3 more treasure chests, which I've actually played a little bit of this when I was starting my own playthrough, but then, you know, capture card showed up and I wanted to stream 2 months ago. Yeah, here's 1. Blah, blah, blah. There's, okay, 1. We do need to be very careful. We do need to keep, like, diligent track. Did I call someone the wrong name again? You know what? I probably did. That's not even a question. Hey, Lollivant, you were wondering how islands work in this game. This is also, like, this is raise more... Ooh, what's that sparkle on the left? I remember this. Yeah, this is like the longest ladder in the game. Look at this fucking perspective. Just sky. Here it is. And what's that little floaty boy right there? What's that all about? Well, take notes. We'll have to come back for that later. And I do mean later. Question is, do we want to backtrack for that, though? I know when we get access to that, but... that is actually decent. We've also missed one. If we went back into the ship hub, you know, where we were before, where we met with Dine, we stole his, like, secret... Where the big fucking ship we entered with. All the way down at the base of the ship where we entered this island to begin with, there was another one of those. Hey, listen. Worse or equal to 2 bottles? What do you mean? What do you mean 2 bottles? This is not Lisa. I got Sardis. Oh, these are fish. I got a magic droplet and a sacred crystal. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, you're right. That is right. That long-ass ladder gave you 2 bottles. I remember now. And here's the last treasure chest. You guys can keep track of that. See, like, this is also just talk about the weird shit in this game. What are these? They're barrels. And this is rope. They're floating. And if you'll notice, they're keeping this bridge up. They're the thing that is supporting this bridge. Whatever is in these barrels is keeping this bridge afloat. This world is magical, and that's never explained. It's just expected of you to know. Because we're not like a complete outside force to this world. They know what's in there, so they're not going to ask. Magic. And shit like this ladder. Who would build this? Well, it's just upside down. Shit, you're right. The real question is, how the fuck did people even get to certain islands? That's more magic. Anyway, we're going home. This is our house. We're going here. This is house time. Hello. Vice's mother. Oh, his Ika's back. Hey, Ika! Did you just... While you were gone, did you feel yourself just randomly getting, like, 2 new special abilities? Because we weren't together. Those moonberries just disappeared out of my inventory, and I don't know where they went. Who would have guessed getting dressed gives you access to new special abilities? Oh, I gotta climb that fucking ladder again? God damn it. Fuck that, I wanna go talk to the dog. Guess what, there's a dog right here. I think. Talk. It's Pal. He's also a Pokemon. Oh yeah, it's a dog. Pal. 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 Remember Pal. Pal is important. It's the secret to the good ending. It's Pal. Very plot-relevant character right there. Now we gotta climb back up the ladder. We're gonna have to climb this thing again to get that Shimmer Sham. There it is again. This Shimmer Sham I talked about. We need to get that, but we can't get it right now. We gotta interact with that later. God, I love ladders. Magical. I will keep that in mind, Weevil. Keep that also in mind, Lawfant. That was the high point of the game. We will never see anything better than POW. If you're ever thinking to yourself, man, this is really cool, remember POW and remember how much of a fool you are for thinking of such. Wait, what are they fucking talking about? Maelstrom? And there are others that just say it's impossible. What, like going underneath? I wasn't reading fully. Fuck. Maelstrom monsters. Oh, I think if you went too high up, I think. Oh, by the way, there's also a barrier at the top of the world, I guess. There's a height limit and a bottom limit. The height, there's a top-bottom, like the ceiling and a floor of clouds of high-pressure, like, steam vent bullshit. Just like was on the sides of the map. We're effectively in a big-ass box of wind and, like, steam clouds and shit. And you can get through them, but they will tear your ship apart. It'd be like if you wanted to go to the next town over, but right on the border are tornadoes. I mean, yeah, you can get through, in theory. Have fun doing that in practice, though. Want to go beyond that sunset. See, they want to leave and explore the world, but there's too much bullshit out there. This is the one kind of game where it's like, man, I want to see what's beyond the sunset, and they mean that literally. Yo! A moonstone. Moonstone. Damn, we're lucky. That hit an island. Landed on that island over there. It's Shrine Island. By the way, yeah, that monocle he has is actually a telescope. It does zoom in. That's what our first-person thing is. It lets us zoom. This world's magic. And I would assume that's also Aika's goggles, but I don't think she ever puts them on in the game. What are moonstones for? They're pieces of rock that fall from the moons. They usually crash land on the islands. They're really powerful sources of energy, too. We use them for all sorts of things. They power our airships. They can also forge weapons out of them. Yep, we're gonna go to get that moonstone. So that's a little bit of lore. Moonstones fall from the sky and they can... I'll just let you know, when they said they can craft weapons out of them, that's what our weapons are made out of, and why they're like one solid off color. They're made of moonstones. And so you can, like, elementally charge moonstones with different, elements and attributes. The blade of both of ours is made of moonstone, so it can be charged with various bullshit. Which is, neat, little bits of neat things. There you go, we went to Betty Bye. Texture. Windmill. You see, they're smart cookies here. They're actually utilizing, like, wind power, moon. I would say solar power, but yeah, it's moon power. I don't see any dinosaurs being ground up into oil. They don't got any SUVs down here. They have wind and the sky. Those are their sources of power. Also, fucking straight up ladder. Okay, I am holding towards the ladder, and he just gets stuck like this. I need to stop moving, like, pull back. Like, he refuses to turn towards the ladder. Why are ladders so difficult in this game? I was wondering what was up with that first one, but God, yeah, oh yeah, no, when you're facing a ladder, I'm turning left and right. I can't move away from this. I think that's a design choice they made so it's easier to get on ladders. Like, I'm holding up and right, but if I hold straight up or straight right, he kind of, like, locks onto the ladder, so it's really easy to climb them because, you just hit the A button. It doesn't work when I'm at, this angle and I can't turn right. Shut up. Fucking Purple Moonstone. Moonstone, you have a process already, so you'll be able to use it on your weapons. Maybe be able to change the color of your weapon to purple to give it the power of ice. When you win a fight, you'll be awarded magic experience in the color of magic that you have equipped on your weapon. When you accumulate a certain amount of magic experience, you will learn a new spell. So if there's a spell you want to learn, by changing the color of your weapon to match whatever type of magic you want to learn, you can learn it much faster. You can easily change, yeah. So, what type of magic do we want to learn? We have red and green, but we can now learn purple magic. However, we only have 2 party members, so we can only learn and advance 2 types of magic. What do we want to learn? Red is clearly fiery AoE damage, and green is healing magic. And there's more than just those, like, red does more things than just fiery explosion, and green does more than damage. What 2 colors should we use? Hello, Fina. We're not going to double dip on colors, because that's a waste. Bye-bye. Lolifan, I know you want purple, but I need 2 colors. Purple and green. I already know what, like, the good options are. But, you know, I'll let the chat decide. You guys can just fuck me over, because there's 1 party member you can only recruit if you know, like, the final spell in a certain color. I don't know if we can actually see all of them. Just fucking... Anyway, I can see all of them. No, I really can't see it there. Come on. There has to be a way. There it is. The 6 colors. Green, red, purple, blue, yellow, and silver. And you can see what rank we are and how much experience we need, and it depends from character to character. Like, you can see Vice has an easier time learning green and a harder time learning silver. And Aika has a harder time learning yellow and silver, but an easier time with purple and blue. But we can't really tell for green and red because they already have experience because, you know, fucking, you know how it is. And, you know, Vice over here fucking has already put a bunch of points towards green, so, I don't know. Purple and green, okie doke. I think, you know what, I'm not going to tell you guys what color it is we need to be maxed out on. Actually, I need to look at the guide again, here. Okay. Here's the thing. Okay. There's nothing to get in the overworld region to go straight to it. Moonberries, yep. Okay. Alright, here we go. Welcome to the world again, and now we can... Oh, by the way, you see that down there? You see how the black bullshit is swirling? Look where it ends. Look at that fucking... Look at that black vacuumous space down there. That scared the shit out of me as a kid. Just because I've always been afraid of, like, big, gaping, vast expanses. So the ocean, space, really unbelievably massive sections of empty space that you don't know what's down there scared the pissy tits out of me. And guess what? That right there triggers that big old deep fight and flight response right up in my bowels. That area is terrifying. But it's more of like a minor thing. Like, I always never liked sailing along the bottom or the top edge of the screen just because, you know, I can't go over there. But it's especially worse later in this game because, man, this game really just compounded on my fear of vast open spaces and a bunch of cosmic-sized bullshit. Oh boy, like we can even, if I can find the map screen, we'll even see a neat thing about it.
That was fun.
Shut up, Mike. See right there, we got 12 normal experience and 1 magic experience. That's right there, and now we can see magic experience. See, we got 1 point in green on both of us and 1 point on red on both of us. But they forgot to unequip red. Where's the fucking Journal? No. Map? Aha! Map. Mid-ocean, you know, we got Pirate Island. If you see on the top right, that's called the Vortex. That's just real good. Yeah, thanks. My favorite. I can feel my sphincter clenching. A little bit of TMI there, Buckaroo. Maybe we don't need to be saying that.
Yeah. Here goes.
You can see right there, Vice actually does more damage than Ica. Like, he has a stronger attack stat, but he was ranged and she was ranged, so Vice did 19 and Ica did 30.
Here goes.
Ica typically doesn't hit as hard as Vice. It's the whole thing. She kind of sucks compared to him, at least for basic attacks. She's more of like a supporter and magic user, because that's why she has more MP than him. But that's that whole range mechanic I was talking about. Anyway, let's see Alpha Storm.
Back off. Alpha Storm.
Just like with Alfonso, this attack hits AoE in a straight line between you and the enemy, with a little bit of like AoE. So you need to line up as many enemies as you possibly can, attempt to hit in a line, if at all possible. It's neat. Don't you poke me, you Moroccan.
Here goes.
This game's cool. This game starts off slow though. I've been kind of like expository dumping, but you can kind of tell this game starts off pretty slow. Once you get access to... You get a fast rush of 4 party members. Once you get the 4th party member and you get access to like the actual part of the game when you're not tethered to Daddy-O, that's when the game opens up. But as you can see here, this is a different kind of wall. We can't pass through this either, but, you know, it's a different kind. Hey, you were wondering about the logistics of the world, explain this. These are free-floating. That's a nightmare situation, too. That would crush us to death. Classy. There's Shrine Island. First real dungeon of the game. Moonstone must have caused that. It's huge. And now there's water pouring into the shrine. There are monsters crawling inside. It used to be an ancient temple for some ancient civilization we don't know about. Moonstones have big or rare, and we gotta get it. It's actually a pretty interesting concept for a dungeon. This is all like a ruin that was designed to be traversed by human, but that big fuck-off rock falling from space made that massive crater into the side of the dungeon, and water is now flooding into the dungeon, into the shrine, that is not supposed to be there. Like, that big fuck-off hole and the water pouring in, really gonna cause a lot of problems. And so the whole gimmick of this dungeon is to, how do we get the water to fuck off? As you can see, this place is flooded. Now we need to deal with the water, because otherwise it would literally just be a straight shot down. But there's too much water in the way. This thing is really big and really heavy. We can't just swim down there and grab it. Oh, well, there's a hint on what we're supposed to say. I was kind of just expositing. I didn't think this would be an actual dialogue box. There you go, boys! Yeah, I think that's the safe bet, you know? I think that's the one. Give me a sec. Drain the swamp. Let's try and drain the water. Do you see, that was an inconsequential decision, meaning none of them would have shimmer shammed, I think. I can't swim. I like that plan better. over there. There's a door over there. Maybe if we can find a way to open it, we can drain the water. And yeah, they can use doors as a drain. If we can open certain doors, by the way, look at this. Oh, never mind. But yeah, this place is cool. Yeah, this is a pretty fucking hallway dungeon. But it's like I said, neat concept. Normally it's just a straight shot down. Like you can even see, like we entered through that brown door right there. We could have just walked to the left and walked downstairs and gotten to it. But that big crater is now in the way, so we have to walk up and circle around. That one hole it made caused the entirety of this dungeon to be a dungeon. Oh, we got a back attack on these Flestics. I don't like that name.
Yeah.
That's not a good name. Does not make me a comfortable man. Also, Ica, yeah, sometimes they're stupid and run into melee range. Specifically Ica. Sometimes they like to default to it. Like, it's good for Vice that he'll just randomly decide to run into melee range instead of doing a ranged attack, but in Ica's case, what the fuck are you doing, you stupid bitch? You have a boomerang. Why are you deciding to get all up close and touchy-touchy with the dude? Bad Ica. Alpha Storm. Oh, we also leveled up enough, so now our focus meter at the top of the screen now has more energy in the tank. We can save up. And eventually, once we get that thing big enough, we'll start generating more focus in between turns. So right now we generate 2 focus per turn, just casually without doing anything. It'll eventually get better. We just learned Noxie, and I again forgot to change my... You know what? Dropping what I'm doing, changing the element. No, fucking... Okay, there's a immediately leave the menu button. That's not what I wanted. There we go. We have learned Noxie. And Noxie is poison. I've never used poison in this game because I mainly played this game a long, long time ago. And that's back in the day when my whole combat idea was do the biggest damaging attack I can and mash the attack button. Oh, how many chests do we need? We need 3. 3 chests. I'm gonna write that down. We need 3. And then I'm going to decrease that as we progress. So now we need 2 more. I'm gonna use you guys as a notepad. It's a very convenient way of doing it. Here, nope. It seems very counterproductive, but we have just sank the whole thing even deeper into the water. Again, now there's even more... Actually, no, that just closed up the hole, because the hole has sunk underneath this little barricade, so now more water can't get in. It was also our only option, I guess. I guess this is where the dungeon actually begins. It's fucking... There's just even more water. Actually, not necessarily. Oh! The thing's activated now. These little spinny boys turn on. So now doors open properly. We've, like, powered on the shrine, I guess. Someone flicked the switch to the generator. Okay, let me use focus. Let me show you what that's all about. You can see these animations. Yeah, it's not great. Like, focus early on is really bad. Like, we are generating 1 or 2 focus upon using the focus command, and that's not fucking worth it. In fact, it's 9 times out of 10 not fucking worth it unless you're in, like, a boss fight and your basic attack is almost worthless. because you need to be shitting out magic, and magic also requires focus. Yay! Cutlass Fury. Vice knows Zachary, so now he has a... Yeah, that's another neat thing about the magic system. Because of what spells you can learn, like, despite the fact that some people have a harder time learning certain spells, like Vice with silver and Ica with, well, yellow and silver, but, you know, it's kind of redundant on the silver thing, but despite the fact that people have a harder time learning certain spells, technically you can get anyone to learn any kind of spell. Like, Ica is supposed to be more of a magic person, which is why she has a better time learning more spells than Vice. I can just keep Vice learning green magic, and he can actually become a fairly competent healer. Also, look at this! Isn't this cool? Look at this atmosphere. This, holy shit. This is a grouter. Just a second there, grouter. I'm gonna have the wait on you there, Buckaroony. I'll be with you in a second. Panica. All spells we can learn eventually, and it's purple! What does this do? Probably inflicts panic. It missed. That is a big old fish. That's just a big-ass fish. Birds and fish are the same thing in this universe. There, Lollifan. I mean, there probably are fish that go in the water, but really, that's kind of a redundant difference at this point, because fucking fish fly in this game. Blam. Alpha Storm is really good. This is like Alpha Storm is like the meta this early on because we have two options. Webley! We have two options for this is blue magic. That did wind damage. So blue is wind for the future. That's wind. The Alpha Storm's kind of nutty because you have no options of AoE other than Alpha Storm and Pyre, but Pyre is magic, and refilling MP is way harder than refilling your focus meter, because focus meter resets every battle, whereas MP, you gotta use items or an inn to refill that shit, and you better use it for healing. That's a way better idea. But look at this. God, this kind of thing, man, this game in particular gave me a really good appreciation for atmosphere in a game. Look at this location. Also, more enemies. Like, the encounter rate's already really high in this game. It would get worse. Ugh. Also, I think loopers are, for the most part, like, immune to magic. They're really fucking annoying to hit. Really high evasion. They typically die in one hit, but they're just evasive assholes. It's also an interesting way of balancing the magic system in this game. Because normally in other games you just learn magic and whatnot by leveling up, but in this game, you can't learn magic until you can equip it on your weapons, and they can stop when you can equip certain elements to your weapons by not giving you the item that gives you access. Like, we have a purple moonstone, and it's reforged enough to be able to be equipped to weapons. So, we can. But if they just didn't give that to us, we would not have access to purple magic. We don't have access to blue, yellow, and silver yet, or white, I guess, so we're gonna have to wait. Luckily, it will get easier, though. Later on, when we get more party members, they can equip other elements, which will give us more access to more magic. Oh, what is that status symbol? Am I confused? I used Panica. There's just a green swirl on my screen. I cannot control Vice. Okay, dokie, that answers that question. And he's dead.
That was a tough fight.
really, I wish more RPGs did it. It's such a simple thing, but it tells you in very big detail what every single level up does for you. Such a minor thing, but God, it's so nice. That's nice. Anyway. It's really unfortunate because this game in Japan, referred to as Eternal Arcadia rather than Skies of Arcadia, is almost unknown. Like, it is one of those just, the game was forgotten at the time. Like, they did not care. They saw the game, and it never made any kind of an explosion. No one cared over in Japan. So, a lot of the time, despite this being one of the most popular RPGs on the GameCube, over in Japan, which is where the market for a lot of, Japan games come from, because they give more of a shit about the Japanese market than the Americano market, or other countries. It really sucks, because now they have almost no reason to ever make a sequel. In fact, there was an interview this year, I believe, because people keep asking for a sequel to this game. Like, it's pretty consistent. They ask Sega, hey, do you have any plans for Skies of Arcadia? Do you plan on making a sequel, a HD remaster, anything of the sort? No. No, they don't care. They, like, even the designer of the game just said no. It wasn't even ambiguous, like, oh, maybe, if people have, like, an outcry for it, or, maybe we can, like, pass their idea around. Like, the option's always available. They pretty much just said no.
That was fun.
No, it's not happening. And I've never seen that for a game. Normally they're a little bit more placid when it comes to shit like this. No. There will just never be another one of these. Dickheads. Remember there's even a survey a while back. It was like a Sega survey saying like, hey, can our customers tell us like what games would they want to see? What would you like to see more of? Like remakes, original IPs? What game would you like to see remastered or have a remake in the future? And it listed a bunch of obscure shit like name a Sega series. Sonic. What else do they have? But it's a lot of them. Jet Set Radio, Crazy Taxi, Super Monkey Ball, Samba de Amigo, and other such things. Like, there was that Space Station Dancy game. I don't remember. Alright, we're down to one chest. There's a bunch of shit like that. But you know what was not even an option on the survey? They even had some of the really obscure shit. And Skies of Arcadia wasn't even an option on the survey. You had to click other and then type in the name Skies of Arcadia. Oh. Sega, why must you stab me in thine heart? It was a little early on for me to be showing my devout, almost religious fervor for this game, but it gets better. Because like I said, game starts off a little slow. Yeah, I did tell you to write that in, because most people don't give a shit about Sega series. And to be fair, I wouldn't even care if you didn't. It was just a suggestion, but fucking A. Like, Ninja brought it to my attention, and I brought it to Weevil's attention, because I don't exactly have an audience. This game does just explode at a certain point, you know? I will say one thing, we'll eventually start getting ship combat, like ship v ship combat. You can shoot the shit out of other ships in the shitty, shitty, shitty sky seas. Ship. That's a fun one. You get more involved magic. There's, like I said, there are a total of, oh, I came from here. That's the wrong answer. A bunch of other fun stuff, like what? I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm trying to think, what else would explicitly be a Super Neato boy? Frankly, I don't really know all that well. Ooh, there is a treasure chest over there. How do we get down there? I guess I go up here, I think. I think. And Therefore, I'm right. Because I need that treasure chest. Like, there's a shitload of party members, or crew members, I guess. Magic's a really interesting concept. A bunch of fun characters. Honestly, the exploration, the experience, it's an adventure. This isn't going to be a game like Lisa or Undertale or something where you're going to get like this absolutely heart-crunching narrative that, like, you know, is going to stick in your soul. This game has an atmosphere. It has a feeling. There's a soul to this game. It's real fucking nice. But it takes a little while because, you know, it's you know, they gotta wean you into these things. But frankly, as cool of a design of this dungeon is in concept, like I've already gushed about multiple times, because goddamn, I can't stop gushing about this game. I'm contractually obligated to. As interesting as it is, this dungeon is effectively a fucking hallway. Not exactly interesting in design, but in premise and atmosphere and design, visual design at least. Like, look at that. You never go to that area. Like, look at all this. You can even see, like, where the stone has eroded away at the bottom, because clearly there was shit down there, but it's gone now. Like, it snapped off, or, it's eroded away due to time, because there's moss fucking everywhere. There's just a bit of corroded stone and bits of missing chunks of land. What was this place? We don't know. Welcome to the end of the dungeon. They're a nice boy. They gave us a save point. And they also gave us an enemy encounter. Thank you. I really appreciate this just right now.
Yeah. Here goes.
I know not every game needs to reinvent the wheel, but this game has enough interesting turn-based mechanics, like the enemies moving, like the positionary thing, where your distance to enemies can affect your damage, the magic system, the focus meter, a bunch of small, interesting mechanics that it gives it enough spice, a little bit of enough bite to the meal of combat to say, hey, this will carry me through. You know, this is a good time. And it slowly gets more, you know, in detail. All that fun shit. And this game is hilarious to break. I told this story multiple times, and I don't want to, like, specifically go into the details, but very late into the game, there is a shop that you can invest money into. A lot of money into. But if you do, it gets new items. And normally, there's three shops. There's the armor shop, the weapon shop, and the item shop. Typically, people would ignore the item shop because, obviously. But if you get it to the maximum possible rank, you can then purchase for even more money permanent stat up items. Like the items in a game that up your attack or your HP by a very small amount, but they permanently increase it for a character. Typically, you know, you give those to the main character and you move on. And sometimes they're purchasable in the game, but for so much money, they're irrelevant. The problem becomes, however, is that I had saved up so much, just impossible amount of money in my first playthrough. I upgraded my item shop all the way through, bought as many as I could carry with the money I had on hand. The attack power increasing item. Fed every single one of them to Vice. And I hit the damage cap on the final boss, hitting it, because it had more than 9,999 is the damage cap in this game. And I slapped the final boss. I'm not going to do that this time, but I could. Anyway, here's our purple spell, Crystalli. This purple, as we can see now, is ice magic. It is quite powerful and uses very little spirit. As you can see, it only uses 1 spirit meter. Whereas Pyre is AoE, but uses 2. There's your thing. It also does ice damage. Purple damage, I guess. Okay, I'm just going. I would start rambling about another thing. You know what? I will. Oh, wait. I want to see this first. This is the final drainage pipe we needed to do. It's a real short dungeon. It's a real short boy. Look at that shimmer sham. Or are you screaming? Did I get the last treasure chest? I think I did. I fucking don't remember if I did. I think I was totally so autopilot. I don't remember if I got the last treasure chest. I think I did, but I don't distinctly remember. I think I did, I just didn't write it down. I'll have to double check. We're actually an hour and 40 minutes into this. I wanted to keep going, but I don't know if you want to see me backtrack through the whole dungeon to double check. But yeah, I think I did, but I have to be certain is the thing. I can't miss any. I can't. Anyway, welcome to the Sentinel, the first real boss of this game, and a dude who kicked my ass my first playthrough of this game when I was a big dumb baby kid, man. Oh boy! Target search. Oh, that's reassuring. Honestly, we're at the point of the game where I only did up to Pirate Island for the first time. So I literally did the tutorial and then I walked around and gathered the treasure chest. I haven't done this dungeon. Honestly, all my memory at this point is just like manual. Like, it's now, we're almost blind. I'm not checking the walkthrough. I'm only using the walkthrough to find discoveries and treasure chests. And other missable shit I may, need to do. I'm gonna assume target search is a big damage next turn. Yep, blaster. Oh, it's Mega Man. Great. Glad I guarded. Ow. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, do I remember that. Oh, yes.
Here goes!
And he's spamming counterattacks, and Ike is going to die. Oopsie daisy. Fortunately, we're not at the point where bosses start using magic, so I can't use Ike's Delta Shield. I won't anyway, because I know how broken that thing is. This is the kind of game that really, you kind of do need to use items. I mean, you can use it without them, but it's really just a better idea to just use the bastards, because this item, Sacri Crystal, is just the spell Sacri. Why would I use, like the focus meter and MP to cast Sacri when I have it in item form? And you can use Ika's Delta Shield through it. It's like, there's just no reason not to use items in this game. But it's that standard RPG fare of I need to conserve all of my items. You're the basic ass human. What do you mean? I'm still going to more focus on magic than items, at least for now, but that's just because you can actually refill your focus and MP, but I still do kind of conserve it. I do still, use items. It's really just because we're so early on in the game that magic doesn't have a better place. You will eventually want to conserve as much MP as you can, because you get way better spells. Spells that are so good, you want to spam them as much as possible, it feels like. Oh, that's a bad time. So even using 1 MP on a generic heal is not as worth it as it could potentially be. Not to mention, you can then use an item with a character who may not have that spell. Like, Vice doesn't learn green magic as fast as Ica, I believe, so you can have Vice use an item and have Ica use something else, I guess, even if Ica is the only one to know that spell. My problem is that some of the... Like there are actually, offensive items. Like, you can get a Pyre box, or something like a Pyre crystal, and use the spell Pyre on enemies. But, still not great, because those boys are kind of rare. The normal healing spells, though, those are real common, but nope. Not the offensive ones. Those are a little bit more on the rare side. Even then, fuck using magic as an offensive thing. I'm just gonna use, Cutlass Fury and shit. Like, see, she is now out of MP. also can tell this game is slow because God, bosses take over.
Give me
That's the point of this game. That's where the difficulty comes from. This game is the bosses are the point, not the normal enemies. You fuck with bosses and they fuck with you. You deal with enemies just as like a courtesy in between bosses. They take a long time. They really fucking hurt. It does get better later, yada yada. I'm a broken record. Because at this point, what do we have? Cutlass Fury and basic attacks. I mean, I could use magic. I don't want to, though, because it's a bad idea again. But I could. And I mean, Ika's out of MP, like I was just talking about. Oh, that's actually a problem with basic attacks. A lot of the time, bosses will counterattack, making you just take more damage. It's really just not a very good option. I mean, Vice should do it because he does a lot of damage. It's like his point. He's a big smack damage boy. Really, you don't want Ika basic attacking very often. It's not her thing. She's in magic. Magic is not very good. Honestly, Ika is the better of the two teammates this early on. Like, Alpha Storm, it just single-handedly wins Mook fights. I mean, Vice is the boss killer, which means, you know, he's better late game, but damn. Hot damn does Ika solve all of your Mook enemy problems. Just spam Alpha Storm, just all day. Never stop. And spam Cutlass Fury, too, because hot damn, with having to spend a turn guarding, I just generate enough passive focus to not have to care. I think guarding also raises focus, I'm not sure. It doesn't raise it very much, but I think it does. Alright, we win. There you go, everybody. Sing your celebrations that the Sentinel only took like 5 minutes to kill.
That was fun.
Bye. He only got 2 magic XP. See, normal XP comes from the difficulty of fights. Magic XP comes from the number of fights. Almost nothing in this game gives you a good amount of magic XP unless they're a very specific enemy. You're meant to do a lot of fights for magic XP. You're meant to do big, difficult fights for normal XP. Another thing that gives, like, a little bit of a spice to battles in this game. Mook enemies serve a purpose, even early game enemies, because the game punishes you for running away, so they give you a reward of having most even basic weak enemies give you an okay amount of magic XP. Even if it's only 1, that boss gave me 2. Pop. You know what? You're actually totally right, Weevil. I do remember getting all 3 treasure chests. There's 1 in this room, there's 1 outside, and there's 1 up at the top. That's all 3. Oh, we have a winning pose, too. Wasn't that cool? We have a secret handshake. Treasure checklist. Okay. Give me a second. Pirate Island. Okay. Okay. Right. Nothing really valuable to be gained on I have to check the walkthrough occasionally, so we'll have little moments like that. Anyway, there you go. Everyone who kind of checked out mentally, including me, you can come back now. There's game to be seen. Welcome back. We have gotten to Moonstone, and now we return with the sexy-ass loot. This is a minor thing, but this dude has 2 flags because... Oh, that's not what I thought was gonna be happening. This dude has, like, the 2 flags. He's like a director, dude. He helps you land because... we saw it in the opening, but people do control these ships with, like, pirate steering wheels. So, they're not the easiest things to control. Plus, they're in the cockpit. They can't see the bottom of the ship. So they need people on the outside directing them when it comes to in closer things. Also, by the way, yeah. Shouldn't have built a base on Pirate Island. Should not have done that. Oh shit, pow! No! Pow! Get out of there! Get out of there, doggo! Quickly! Oh. Oh, that's not good. I never thought they'd find us. Gaussian's flagship. Hi, Bullet. I didn't even notice that was you at first because your name has like a very similar length to Weevil just because you have 1 less badge than him. So I'm like, oh, there's Weevil posting the letter N. I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's normal. I didn't even think anything of it until Lollifant posted the, like, black shocked racism emote. I had to take a sec to process what I was seeing. Welcome to the Skies of Arcadia, that game that no one's ever heard of, but it's one of my favorites. Here's about oh no, they also want the girl. Ah, son of a bitch. Oh, that's good. Well, that's real nice. Vlad the Impaler would be proud. Just leave their bodies to rot in the sun. And leave a flag. One of ours. So that way they know. I didn't even think about moments like that when I was a kid, but how fucked up is that? He's literally saying, kill everyone, and don't leave them out in the open so they can rot. What the fuck, bro? What an asshole. We should not have built our secret pirate hideout base that we don't want people to know we're here on Pirate Island. I think this was a bad idea. Now I need to find out how to get back to where Pirate Island is. Welcome to a good time, Bullet. You came right at a real fun time. It's just a bunch of sunshine and rainbows. We're early on enough in the game for nothing really impactful to the story going on, except for, you know, the butchering of women and child. And man, too, I guess. You know, all of them. Now, fuck it. That don't matter. Everyone gets shit today. I'm supposed to come to shit here. Is this all you do all day? Don't you have class? When do you go to class? I thought you were in a college boy and you draw art. Yeah, they're Spider-Man ghosts. I don't actually know what the hell these are. There's some ephemeral jellyfish-esque creature. I'm not really sure. All I know is they're an affront to God and need to die. They have been burned at the stake. Man, at least our island's good, as you can see. I don't think it's good. Hey, welcome back. Here's our island. Apparently, the moment we left, they got all super murdered. How's everything look? Oh, that's not good. It's nice to know that you decide that, I gotta schedule my shit posting for today. When's bio streaming? Perfect. Oh, no. Oh, dude, it's the lookout. Okay. Dad and everyone else has been taken prisoner. Good. Great. Classy. Except for the lookout, of course. They're not allowed to take him. Also, cool, sneaky-ass cave doorway. Remember when I said at the beginning of the game that a lot of Daddy-O's pirate boys kind of don't, like, despite them being a named character and having unique models, don't matter? Now you can tell why. Why are you crying? They broke the Albatross. That's a good ship name. The Albatross, it's standard, but it's good. It's good shit. Where's Mom? Okay, great. This is not Persona. This is actually better than Persona 5 because Pow is in this game. It's a good. Where's Pow? Oh fuck! Tell me the dog is alive! Oh no. This might actually be the worst game ever made. Oh, Fina's also gone. Great. They took everybody. Punishment or piracy is death. Great. And we're starting off strong. What do we pick, boys? What is the decision we make today? What do we want to do in relation to this? Welcome, Bullet. You don't even know. Just pick a dialogue option, Bullet. Please don't fuck me over. Oh, guess what? You don't even have a say in the matter. You hear that little shing, Bullet? That means they picked the right option. You were about to pick the wrong option, and that would have hurt my title. That would have hit my gamer score. I wouldn't be able to get all my points. I mean, to be fair, the Armada was an entire, like, battalion of fully armored ships with, like, one of their general dudes leading them. And we don't have a ship. And all of the crewmates are dead. And we are 2 people. We can save them! We do have plot armor, that is fair. This is actually a really cool sequence. This is your standard anime shit of, hey, we have absolutely insurmountable odds, and, like, family members and everyone we've known and loved and grown up with our whole life have been captured by the Imperial Empire and are going to be put to death. We gotta save them. And we have this ringy-dingy, like, lifeboat-esque boat to our name. This is gonna be a good time. Galaxian's flagship, the Serpent. I already talked about the fact that there is actually ship combat in this game. We kind of need a ship before we can get there. It's always neat to see how every single person names their ship. This motherfucker has one named the Serpent. What a dickhead. Yeah, that's their name. They're very redundant. Fuck you, Ninja. It's not actually their name, but it was a joke. Yeah, it's the Imperial Armada. I forgot what the second word was, so I said Empire. It's supposed to be Armada. The fucking Imperial Armada's taken them captive. That's the Imperial Empire. Dude, he is absolutely jacked. Gaussian is a fucking unit. The dude's like 6'4". Even if he's not specifically that tall, the dude's built like a brick shithouse. He's a really fun dude to fight because he's also the leader of, you know, the Empire in the Kingly Kingdom. So, he's clearly a man of stature. And oh! Hey, remember that Shimmer Shammer thing? Everyone else other than Bullet and Ninjas, because they weren't here? Hey, remember that thing up there? Guess what we can't get now? Oops, that's unfortunate. Gotta defend myself and fucking guns. You have to promise me that you'll come back safely. Palm's okay! Are we gonna come back safely? Do we promise to come back safely? To this small child. I read it. His name is Palm. His name is Powell. Dog's okay. No, Bullet, please. Not now. We can do that later. Blood shall be spilt, just other children. There you go. That's nice. Oh, that actually mattered. This was some rando NPC. I didn't think that decision would have mattered. Okay. Don't worry, I'll kill many other children. Probably. Who knows what's gonna happen? It's a wild world out there! Bye-bye! Fucking ringy-dingy-ass fucking lifeboat of a ship. Really gonna help us besiege an empire. Or at least the Armada. Balua should be on the landmass due north from here. Here we go. Alright, you know what? I think I have a good ending off point coming up. Because luckily the walkthrough isn't requiring me to vehemently study the bastard, lest I be sent into perdition. But it'll be a good send-off. We have been streaming for 2 hours, but probably when we come back is going to be when the game opens up a bit more. Well, not quite yet, but we'll get there. And then we'll have to study the damn walkthrough so I can find more sick loot. Welcome to early RPG combat, where you have one option, and I hope you're doing it right, because you have the basic attack button, and then I have to wait a turn before I can use Alpha Storm. That's the level of early RPG we're at right now. Isn't that fun? Isn't this the most exciting thing? Yeah, there he goes. Bye-bye. Loopers are one of the very few reoccurring enemies in the game, depending on where you are. I already said, they're the dudes who are immune to magic, have unbelievably high evasion, and typically die in like one hit. But they also run away and are insufferable bastards. But a lot of the time, they give you some of the better loot, like XP and whatnot-wise. I mean, it's not a crazy amount, but it is notably higher than the rest of the enemies. I can't see shit. I don't think so, Wallafan. There's nothing like that. It means you do that damage, but not that it does more damage. It would do more damage if an enemy was like, let's say if Aika had red on her boomerang, if an enemy was weak to red, they'd take more damage, but not necessarily that it, you know, does more damage because it is red. Also, it's foggy, and because we're in a flying airship, there's an entire third-degree axis we don't even know about. Don't you just love fog? Also, when you can't see shit, there's wind everywhere, and we may fucking die. The elements aren't just colors. Hello, I'm weak to red and resistant to yellow. I mean, no, they're actually... Oh, God! Holy shit! You guys didn't actually think there were giant monsters in this game. Guess what? Yes, there is. There are giant, like, continent-sized fuckers. Surprise, it's a whale. It's a sky whale that is bigger than the island we just came from. Say hello. There it goes. There it goes. No wonder we can't see shit. Oh, let's just get that existential dread just right into my soul. Hey, what do we do? Do we attack it? Do we retreat? Or, I don't know. Solid reminder, this thing is like 100 times our size and we don't have any cannons. Something tells me one of these options is definitively worse, other than the, What do you think we're gonna do? By the way, yeah, if we get capsized, we die. This isn't like the ocean and normal sailing where, oh, you know, you can tread water, maybe if you're lucky a current will take you to an island or a ship will float on by. No, this is the sky. If you fall out of this boat, you're fucking dead. You fall to your death and you get to embrace it. Whale noises. Now it's breathing fire. Great. Now it's pissed. That went well. This game starts off well. Hey! God damn. This man's fucking... I would say jacked, but that's not right. He's also fat as piss, but that arm, holy shit. Rusty old man. He's been hunting that again. And guess what? It's Moby Dick now. Great surprise. He's been hunting that whale for years. Yeah. It was completely cosmic coincidence that this man happened to be here to catch us, also referred to as plot armor bullshit, but that's besides the point. Yeah, we don't have a ship now, and we're effectively shanghaied on this other dude's ship. And now we're cabin boys. Great.
Aye, aye.
Nice. What a nice old man. Hey, are you guys excited for the life of a cabin boy? Just, it's not that exciting. Oh, we're getting there. We're swabbing the decks with this crate. That is the insignia of a man grasping a fish. Nice.
Uh-huh.
And that's what, and that's my story. Isn't this your guy's favorite character? Won't exposit us his backstory, and is making us work our ass off. What a great guy. So what if he saved our lives? And has no reason to keep us here. And is already doing us a favor. What an asshole. Oh, I'm so fucking glad I have a mute button on my mic built into my headset, or else your ears would have just been blasted with sound of snot. Don't sneeze, kids. I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, I did it. Sailor's Island, about 40 leagues northeast of here. The Little Jack, and he is Drachma. All right.
Aye, aye.
Aye, aye. And thus, the story actually begins with a first bit of excursion out in the outside world. Is the Little Jack and Captain Drachma. And Drachma's in the party, and he's way better than us. And we have a blue magic stone. And that is also our ship's stats, because there's ship combat in this game, but we'll deal with that another time. In the meantime, we have a new color of magic bullshit, so now we can use blue. What color should we have? We now have green, red, purple, and blue. As we've seen before, blue is wind magic. At least for the most part. So our options right now are red and blue, effectively, because purple and green are already occupied. Unless you want to just completely throw everything out of the wall, what would we like to have equipped today? I guess technically tomorrow, because this is the end of today. Because that has been 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I'm going to need to read up on the walkthrough again. And really, this is just a good place to call it off. This is the introduction episode. We had all the basics laid out. That is the introduction of the game, effectively. I mean, we're still not available and like, we're not allowed to free roam through the game for quite a while, frankly. It's a little linear. Eventually, it does open up intermediately throughout the story, but this is the first time we're allowed to just kind of go. We need to go to Sailor's Island, but we can just kind of go until we get there. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and